No, it's amazing. Obviously, I think a big goal for us was to be able to come in here and start the season off fast and start the season on the right note. So to come in here week one at home and get a dominant win like that is amazing and exactly what we've been working for. So it feels great.
Jordan, you guys talked all week about getting off to a fast start because you didn't do that in some of these games last year. Like, what was the key to doing that offensively today?
Just making plays, just going out there and executing at a high level and making plays. So, like you said, it was a big goal for us to come in here and start fast. And I feel like you said, in our past couple games against these guys, we've got off to some slow starts and put ourselves behind. So it was a big goal for us to come out here and start fast, and we did exactly that. Came out, opening drive, scored points. So it's exactly how you want to start right there.
I think you were 4 for 4 on your first 4 third downs. Was there any key to that, or the plan coming in for those?
No, I think I think we had a great plan coming in for our third downs, and obviously third downs just comes down to executing, going out there and making plays. And I think early on they were playing a lot of man, and guys going out there and winning their one-on-one matchups. I think the O-line did a great job. They gave me a lot of time back there, kept me clean. So I think it always starts up front, and I think they did a great job, and were able to have us help us get some opportunities down the field to throw the ball. So it just comes down to executing.
Speaking of third downs, Jordan, touchdown to Tucker, I believe that was the third down. What'd you see in that one? Because just watching on TV, there wasn't a lot of space there, but you threw it in a perfect spot.
Yeah, tight window. Tuck's running his route, got quarters coverage, and was able to get behind the linebacker and inside the safety, and gave me enough room. And I trusted him, just put the ball out there, and he made a great catch right there.
Josh is a great player, just 8 yards at the half. But what's it like to have a leader like that? He waits for the game to come to him, and then can get you big touchdowns like in the field.
Yeah, Josh obviously, he always wants to, have the rock in his hand, and that's what type of player he is. But I think their game plan was to come in here and stop the run, and they were doing a good job of that. And so we struggled early on to get the run game going, but I think we made those big plays in the pass game. So obviously, Josh is he's a pro. He's going to wait for those opportunities to come his way and just keep going.
Jordan, when we talked to you, I think this week, you said it might take a little bit of time for you to, be in rhythm and connecting with the receivers because of all of the injuries in camp. Just what were your thoughts on how you guys were kind of connected and clicking, and just how everyone caught the ball and made those plays?
Yeah, like you said, I think everybody's just making plays. When the ball came their way, obviously, like I said before, just going out there and winning their matchups on some of their routes and just executing at a high level. So, that's always the test, is just coming in here and executing. And like you said, we had some guys banged up through camp and missed some practice time. So, I missed some practice time, which is, it's never ideal, but, you got to find ways to, stay focused and stay sharp throughout the week. And I think those guys have done a great job of that. And obviously came to the field and just got to go out there and make those plays.
Jordan, it took until the fourth quarter with Micah Parsons getting that sack there. Kind of what did you think about his impression here in his first game in the green and gold jersey?
Yeah, I think I think he was limited in some of the opportunities, and he was definitely out there on third downs. And obviously, the offense is going to have a plan to try and put as many hands on him as possible. But I think he was definitely making an impact, and his presence was felt out there on the field. And I think our whole defense was doing a great job. D-line was getting pressure and making Goff get the ball out, some checkdowns, things like that, and they're rallying and making plays. So I think they did a good job of taking away those big explosive plays.
You talked about how important it was for the team to get off to a good start. How about you individually? Is it personally important to have a game like this to start the season?
For sure. For me, for everybody. That's what I said. That's the goal. That was our mindset coming in, is we got to start fast. And obviously, everything starts with me. Be able to go out there and be as accurate as possible and make great decisions with the ball. So I think we did a great job, and I'm definitely happy about the way we were able to get rolling early, make some big time plays.
Jordan, it didn't look like your thumb affected you in any way. Did it at all that we wouldn't have noticed, or how did you kind of approach it today?
No, the thumb felt good. I had no issues with it. Obviously, was able to do everything with my left hand, so just approached it like a normal day. And obviously, a big test, coming to see how it would do with getting hit and things like that. But I think I didn't really take too many hits today, so thumb was good.
Do you know how many more weeks you'll need to wear? You'll have to wrap it up.
He'll be for a couple more weeks for sure. So it was like 8 weeks post surgery, so it'll be for a while.
Jordan, what happened on the aftermath of the interception that got called back, where Hutchinson whacks you, and then it looked like Zach jumped over you to avoid landing on you, and then he gets hurt. What happened from your perspective there?
I'm not even sure. Obviously, I was getting smacked, so I don't even know what happened. Zach, I think he said he tried jumping over me and avoiding me or something like that, but I didn't get to see what happened. I just got up and saw him down, so obviously it was tough, having him go out the game, but I don't think it was anything too major. We'll see, but yeah, I have no idea what happened.
Jordan, you had 16 completions today to 10 different receivers. What does that say about the Packer offense that you can be efficient while spreading the ball?
No, I mean, I think it just goes to show you the depth we have at, receiver, tight end, and running back. We got playmakers all around and guys that can all come in here and catch the rock and make plays. So, I think that's what you want as an offense, be able to spread the wealth around and, keep the defense on their heels on who we're going to be targeting and things like that. But it just comes down to all those guys, being dialed in and going out there and making plays. But I think it just shows you the depth we have at all those positions.
You mentioned the offensive line. Why were they able to keep you clean all day?
Yeah, they were just dominant up front today. They did a great job. I don't think there was too many pressures too early on, and they just did a great job of stopping their D line. And obviously, Hutchinson's one of the top pass rushers over there. So we did a good job putting as many hands on him as possible. But I think it just starts up front, and those guys did a great job. Just keep me clean and give me some time.
Score, and then you go with that 48-yarder to Romeo. When you answer decisively like that, what can that do for us? I mean, that's what you want. You want to be able to go out there and make those big explosive plays, and I think it's a big momentum swing. Getting that momentum back on our side, and obviously we went down on a 2-play drive and we were able to score quick. So, I think defense wasn't happy that they're getting back on the field that quickly, but no, I think it's a momentum changer to be able to hit those big explosive plays. That's what we need.
Jordan, you're usually pretty even-keeled on the field, but after that first touchdown, you seem pretty fired up. What went into the emotion after that play?
Man, just feeling the emotion of the game right there. Be able to go out there, first game of the season, start fast, and just feeling the crowd and everything, and just obviously it's a fun game that we love to go out there and do and have fun out there. So just feeling the emotion of the game right there.
Jordan, take us through the touchdown pass to Jaden Reed.
Yeah, we saw their man coverage and got to a man check right there, and Jay Reed was able to, run a great route. We got a little bit of a rub right there, and made it easy for me to just lay one up to him, and obviously finished it right there.
Jordan, how would you describe the defense's performance today?
Dominant, I would say. I think anytime you can hold, that's a really good offense over there. So anytime you can hold them to, going to that, last drive, 6 points, that's a dominant performance. So, it's something that I think it's a great start for them, but obviously something we're going to keep wanting to build on. But it just goes to show you, how good of a defense we got, because that's a pretty good offense on the other side.
I'm sure you guys came into the season figuring to be Super Bowl contenders, but big picture-wise, what does today mean? Does it mean anything as far as that goes, or did you guys, confirm that in your own minds, or is there any big picture view after this?
Yeah, big picture. I mean, it all starts with NFC North. So to have a North team come in here week one, be able to get the job done, and go 1-0 in the North is, the start we wanted right there. But big just picture for us right now is, Super Bowl is down the road, but it all starts with the NFC North. So we got to go out there and, obviously get off to a better start than we did last year, and I think it starts with what we did today. So,
Jordan, does it, from that big picture standpoint, does it do something confidence-wise? Like, I know you guys believe in yourselves, but these guys have gotten you the last 3 times here at Lambeau. Does it do something to confirm what you already believed in yourselves, that you were able to do this and build on it?
Definitely. Like you said, it's a team that, like you said, they've got us. The past couple games we played against them. So, it was a big test coming in here week one. Really good team coming in. And like you said, we know what type of team we have, but definitely confirms it and gives you some more confidence to keep building on. But obviously it's still week one. We got a long season ahead, and we got to keep just building and elevating every week as we go. And, there's going to be a lot of stuff to clean up. But like you said, we know we have a great team, but to go out there and have a dominant performance, it does, kind of confirm those things we had. But just early days and early week one, so we just got to keep building on it.
Jordan, with Micah's sack in the fourth quarter, I imagine running towards your sideline, you might have had a pretty good view of it. What did you think of the chase downs?
Oh man, it's insane. I saw Jared start breaking right, and I don't even know if he knew Micah was coming, but we all saw him. So, I was hoping that he would hold on to the ball right there, and Micah could be able to get to him and hopefully have a strip sack. But yeah, Micah was flying right there, and it just goes to show you, his motor. He's able to win late, quarterback escape, and he's able to chase him down. So I'm glad he was able to get his first sack here and his first start here in Lambeau. So. Stuff he's going to keep building on. But, I just feel like his presence out there was different. The energy he brought to the crowd when they announced his name and then be able to get that sack was big time.
More for Jordan.
Does that count for your vision that you suggested on Wednesday? That he didn't get the sack till the fourth quarter. Does it still count? Or
Didn't quite, count. They made us take the ball first. I wanted defense to go out there first and him get a sack. But, we took the ball, went down and scored. But, no, I think in that vision, I knew he was going to get a sack today at some point, but no, it wasn't the first drive, but he got it eventually.
Jordan, what, if anything, do you feel like you guys left on the field today on the offensive side of the ball?
Yeah, I think, like we said, we got off to a really great start. First half was dominant. I think second half, wasn't as good, wasn't up to the standard in some areas. I think, we would have wanted to go out there and keep putting points up, and I think it might have been the first drive we had 3 and out. So, we something to build on right there. We got off to a hot start and got a lead, but second half is when you got to go out there and put a team away. So I think we left a little bit on the table second half, and a couple plays I wish we can get back, but good stuff to build on for sure.